Hi, in this lesson we're going to lay out the functions that we will need to create our texture. First, I will go to the buffer handle file here. We will need something similar for our texture. Now let's assign these values to noHandle, and after I'm done, I'm going to create a new texture handle header file. Inside, I will paste all the code from the buffer handle header, but I will now rename the struct to texture handle. And instead of a VK buffer, we're going to have a VK image. We also need a VK image view as well. And for each image, we're going to have a different descriptor set. This is our texture handle. I'll now go to the graphics header and I will add the texture handle header in the first list of includes. We can now go to the function section and add two new methods. One for create texture, where we pass the path to a file that we return a texture handle, and one for the destroy texture that accepts a texture handle. Both of these methods will be implemented in the graphics CPP file, where I create the bodies for them as well. We can also have a separate method for setting the texture, similar to how we set the view and projection. So I create the signature here in the header file, and I will also take it and navigate to the CPP file here where I paste it. I also have to create a body, of course. And let's actually move it to this region here about the texturing. And inside the render command, we had this command bind descriptor set. We can use this in the set texture to bind the texture for the draw call. Of course, instead of the uniform set, we will bind the handle.set. And now in the main file, we will call the create texture and pass in the name of an image file. And I have this texture prepared that you can take from the course resources. I'll open up the project folder and paste the texture inside. Later, I'll make CMake copy this texture to be next to the executable file. And here, in the create texture, I set the name of my file to pavingstones.jpg. This function returns a texture handle, and we can use this handle to set the texture before rendering our vertices. After the window is closed, we can call the destroy texture. Now, in the CMake file, I'll add a new command here at the end. It will be a file copy, then I will copy from the CMake current source dir our file name into a destination of the CMake current binary dir. If I now save and rerun CMake, we can navigate to the build directory where I will find the file copied. Now, just to make this compilable, I'll go into the create texture method and create a new empty texture handle and return at the end. And this builds and runs. Now, we will get a bunch of errors, but we will fix those in the next parts.